Trial of Sean Diddy Combs. The judge postponing the last phase of the process until Monday.
Somebody threw somebody else to try to get in contact with me.
Yo, it's getting wild in the courtroom. Diddy just completely lost it after his former bodyguard dropped a bombshell, leaking a list of male rappers allegedly involved in his secret freak-off parties. Yep, you heard that right. Let's break down what just went down in court. This case just got messier. Alright, so here's what's got everybody talking. Diddy's former bodyguard, Gene Deal, just dropped a major bombshell, and it's got the internet in a chokehold. Now, if you've been following this case, you already know it's been wild. But this takes it to another level. Gene Deal, who was right there in the mix for years, is now saying there's a list of rappers who were allegedly involved in Diddy's so-called freak-off parties. Yeah, those same parties that Cassie and others have described as dark, drug-fueled, and straight-up abusive. These weren't just industry parties with too much alcohol. According to lawsuits and testimonies, these events were full of coercion, control, and non-consensual stuff, and now Gene is saying some male rappers were part of that too. He hasn't dropped names publicly yet, but the way he's been talking, he's hinting hard that these were not just wild parties, but something way more sinister. He's saying there were men there too, possibly victims, possibly just involved, and the industry's been quiet about it. And of course, the internet is doing what it does, speculating like crazy. Big names are being thrown around in group chats, forums, and TikToks, but let's be real clear here. None of that is confirmed. No mainstream outlet has verified those names, and no official documents have been released yet with a list. Still, if Gene's claims are real and if those names ever do come out, it's gonna rock the hip-hop world. Like, not just drama. This could trigger a full-on industry meltdown. But beyond the headlines, this is about more than just gossip. It's starting to paint a picture of how deep this might go: power, manipulation, and silence, not just with women, but possibly with men in the business too. Now, the moment that list was mentioned in court, Diddy completely lost it. According to multiple eyewitness accounts from reporters inside the courtroom, the energy shifted instantly. Diddy, who's usually pretty composed, even under pressure, just snapped. He started shouting, pacing around, and even got into what looked like a heated back and forth with his legal team. Like, this wasn't a minor reaction, it was an emotional outburst that left people in the room stunned. Court security actually had to step in and calm him down, because it got that intense. And here's the thing. This isn't the first time Diddy's shown emotion during these proceedings. We've seen him get visibly frustrated before, but this hit different. This wasn't just legal pressure, this looked personal. Now here's where it gets even more interesting. Sources close to the situation say Diddy's reaction wasn't just about being called out in public. It was the specific nature of what that leaked list could reveal. Allegedly, it includes high-profile names and situations he never expected to be dragged into the spotlight. If those names are confirmed, it wouldn't just hurt his image, it could start a whole new legal storm. So when that bodyguard started talking about rappers involved in those so-called freak-off parties, Diddy's panic mode wasn't just courtroom drama. It might have been the realization that this case is spiraling way beyond his control. Whatever's on that list clearly struck a nerve, and now? The world's watching even closer. And let's not forget, this all comes just days after Dawn Richard took the stand. Yeah, that Dawn Richard from Danity Kane. She didn't just show up to support the case. She came with first-hand testimony that shook the entire courtroom. She told the court, under oath, that she personally witnessed Diddy physically assault Cassie Ventura, and this wasn't hearsay. She placed the moment back in 2009 at a studio, and said the incident left her absolutely terrified. But here's the part that had people gasping in court. Dawn said after the assault, Diddy straight up threatened to kill her if she ever talked about it. Think about that. A former member of his own group, someone who worked with him, traveled with him, claiming he used fear and threats to keep people silent. This wasn't just some vague accusation. It was raw, it was specific, and it added a whole new layer to the prosecution's narrative of Diddy as someone who allegedly used his power to intimidate, control, and cover up abuse. Now fast forward to the bodyguard's leaked list, and you can see why this case is picking up serious steam. We've got a timeline of abuse being built from multiple angles: insiders, former artists, now even security personnel. Every new testimony is like adding gasoline to a fire that's already burning out of control. Dawn's words gave the courtroom its first real emotional gut punch, but now with the bodyguard stepping in, this trial feels less like a defense versus prosecution. and more like a reckoning for everything that's been building behind the scenes for years. Okay, so here's where we're at, and it's getting intense. This leaked list? It's a total game changer. If prosecutors are able to connect the names on that list to real evidence, or even better, get one or more of them to testify, that could completely wreck Diddy's entire defense strategy. We're not just talking about reputation damage here. We're talking about potential witnesses, possible criminal implications, and a domino effect that could blow the case wide open. And Diddy's legal team? They're reportedly in full-blown damage control mode. According to insiders close to the case, they've been pulling long hours, meeting behind closed doors, and trying to figure out how to keep this thing from spiraling even further. Remember, they were already dealing with the bombshells from Cassie's civil suit, the raid on his homes in March, and Don Richard's shocking testimony. Now this list just made things exponentially worse. Meanwhile, in the courtroom, the energy is shifting. Prosecutors are feeling more confident. More witnesses are being considered, and the judge? From reports, they're paying very close attention to how all these new developments connect. Basically, with each passing day, the pressure on Diddy is hitting new highs. This isn't just another courtroom drama anymore. This is turning into a full-blown reckoning. The trial is moving fast, the evidence is stacking up, and the internet? Completely obsessed. Social media is flooded with clips, court sketches, old interviews being reanalyzed. People are dissecting every second of this case. But it's not just the public watching. The entertainment industry is watching too nervously. Some insiders are finally breaking their silence, and others, they're distancing themselves. Fast. Take 50 Cent, for example. He's been extremely vocal online, throwing shade at Diddy almost daily. Just last week, he posted a meme about the raid on Diddy's homes with the caption, "Did he do it? I think he did." That post alone racked up millions of views, and it's clear 50 is using his platform to amplify the pressure. Aubrey O'Day, another former Danity Kane member, also chimed in. She's been openly supporting Don Richard's testimony and even hinted that there's more to be revealed. Aubrey's been speaking out about Diddy for years, but now her voice is gaining even more attention as the case unfolds. Then you've got Meek Mill. He quietly deleted old tweets praising Diddy and unfollowed him on social media. Coincidence? Maybe, but fans noticed. And the silence from other A-listers is almost louder than the ones speaking up. People are asking, where's Jay-Z? Where's DJ Khaled? Where are the artists who've worked with Diddy over the years? That silence is fueling even more speculation about who knew what and when. The vibe right now is heavy. This feels like a tipping point for the industry as a whole, not just about Diddy, but about the toxic, hidden power structures in music and entertainment that have gone unchecked for way too long. People are starting to ask hard questions about accountability, about protection, about who gets to be untouchable. And whether Diddy walks free or not, one thing's for sure, the curtain has been pulled back. And it doesn't look like it's going to close anytime soon, so what do you think? Is Diddy going down, or is this all smoke and mirrors? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to hit that like button if you're following this case closely. Also, don't forget to subscribe for more real-time updates on celebrity trials and industry drama.